Hey guys, welcome to my new episode. It's been a while because actually I was trying to figure some stuff out about a thing that kept me and my mind in total fog. Lately, I was having this foggy moment where I couldn't focus on anything. I would start to do something, and in between I was literally feeling drained, and I could not understand why. I was having a very hard time to find my words. Not only that, but also find inspiration. Whoever knows me, they know that I'm always creative and I actually love to be I love creativity in general. But lately I was feeling so drained and I literally didn't know why, because I actually knew somehow why, but I was not sure about it. And then I was doing my own research and I said I would really love to talk about, because I feel there is a lot of people going through the same things, and this video definitely can help a lot of people, because I found some stories like mine on internet, and I really wanted to share mine as well with you guys. It's been a journey, honestly, the kind of journey no one really warns you about. Especially in those glossy moments of parenting. You can never find this advices in any parental yoga classes or any motherhood advices. And I started with this being a mother I went through the motherhood because this is where my story started from. And I'm talking about the story of gaining and losing weight. I started gaining weight when I got pregnant. I got 25 kilos. Actually, it was 29. Shame on me. It was 29, but then I didn't count the pregnancy extra weight, so it was like 20 kilo extra on me after losing the baby weight. I went through a very beautiful, amazing and healthy diet, from removing all the sugar from my diet, all the oils and flour as well. Actually, I started with calorie counting. I started removing all the bad stuff from my diet, like oils, sugar, most of flour stuff, anything that made out of flour, pasta, even the rice sometimes. I was in this amazing diet for like 2 months, and then of course I said I would like to introduce slowly some stuff that I love to eat. And then I actually introduced bread, because I'm a bread lover. I can't live without bread. And soda. And then I did a calorie counting diet. And of course that worked the best for me, especially because I love carbs and I love sweetie, like I'm having a sweet tooth. I love to eat sweet stuff. Fizzy diet, why I shouldn't put this diet soda, which is 0 calorie, so zero guilt, right? Then of course, during my diet, while I lost 20 kilos, literally within a few months, I was drinking, like, let's say, sometimes a half can, sometimes a full can of diet. Coke or Pepsi, of course, because that was what I needed, the caffeine hit all the time. Eventually, I got back to the weight I was proud of, and that was 50 kilos. So I was feeling 20 kilos lighter, imagine. I felt strong and accomplished, not just for shedding the weight, but for rediscover my, let's say, parts of myself that I felt I'd lost during the motherhood. But that's when diet soda entered the picture. It started innocently enough. I was at the supermarket one day, pushing my cart filled with baby food, diapers, and few groceries, when I saw a pack of diet soda on sale. Always loved the fizzy drinks, my weakness. That 0 calories doesn't necessarily means 0 consequences. Of course, caffeine has always been my little secret weapon. Loved how that rush mode made me feel sharper, more alert, and just a little more me. But when I started taking my health more seriously after having my baby, I knew my regular soda habit had to go. All those extra calories were a slippery slope I couldn't afford if I wanted to keep that 20 kilos off. But a busy mom still needs her pick-me-ups, right? For that, starting my diet, I would either drink a regular Coke or I wouldn't drink any, because I would hate the taste of Diet Coke. I told myself it was harmless. It was a harmless break. Something to get me through the daily grind of the motherhood. First can felt like magic. What I would do after this long day of motherhood and all the home chores that I had, I would just pop a Diet Coke, so cold, from the fridge, straight from the fridge, and literally take it as something I deserved through the day, and would give me that, my brain was craving so much sweetness, and that was the moment, that extra sweet, that was the perfect thing I needed at the end of the day. I reached to the point where I started my morning, like even before coffee, I would pop a Coke diet soda and have it as soon as I wake up. Then I reached to the point where I had Diet Coke instead of water. Like I wouldn't drink any water. I would just have Diet Coke or Pepsi, like diet soda, the whole, from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to sleep, I would have Diet Coke, because my mind was saying this is harmless. It's just like, sweetener and water. But it didn't end there. In between sips of soda, my meals grew larger, or let's say longer, because I noticed myself sneaking little extra into my plate. Like I would take a bite of chocolate, which was also sugar-free, and then I would take like 2-3 pieces of nuts. I will take a piece of bread later on. I would take a spoon of the food I eat. And then sipping cola, the diet soda, after everything I was putting in my mouth. I reached the point where I was continuously eating from morning and night. And the thing is that I was not eating those big meals. Rather, I was just snacking all the time. And I would have 1 or 2 big meals later on a day, because I had the point, and I'm talking about, let's say it's about 6 months after I started Diet Coke. I reached to a point where I gave up all my diet and I would snack on anything I see. And I was not overweight or reaching to a point where, oh my God, what's happening to me? I was about 50, let's say 60 kilos. I didn't notice much difference. And anyways, I was liking my weight even at that point. The moment where it hit me was when I reached 68 kilos, because actually this 8 kilos, I swear to God, I get it within a month or two, like 2 months, let's say, not even 2 months. So this was like a punch on my face, because I was shocked, like, when did I get this 8 kilo from? Like, how? It was like, of course, I reached a point where I was snacking anything, as I said earlier. And my hunger was like not that huge hunger that I need to eat something. It was just a habit of putting anything in my mouth. And then I thought maybe it's from the vitamins that I take. Maybe it's from stress, like emotional eating, let's say, but I don't feel sad. I don't feel like I'm not having any problems or any issues in my life. So I was saying, like, what's wrong? Why do I snack all the time? Why do I have this need of always eating? And I reached a point where I was promising myself that I wake up tomorrow morning. When I wake up, I'm gonna start with a glass of water, a tea, like going back to my diet. But of course, what happened was waking up and having my cold Diet Coke straight from the fridge. Straight from the fridge. Something really hit me. I said, obviously, this is not normal. Obviously, there is something wrong with me. And that was the moment where I literally start to research about diet soda. And guess what? Diet soda was doing this to me. I was shocked, but in the same time, I was like, yeah, of course, nothing comes good from this. I mean, you can get something good from McDonald's, from cola, or from anything that advertise as pleasure only. How this guilt-free, calories-free, zero-calorie Diet Coke was affecting my diet, or let's say my brain, because it has to do with my brain. And then I was reading this research where it says, I will put it in the link below so you can also check the studies that has been done on diet soda in general. Your brain thinks that there was something sweet that you eat and suddenly it's not there anymore. So he always craves for more. How your own brain is hacking you it's literally by making you always snack. Like by snacking, your brain is getting that sugar or energy, let's say, that it needs. This strange effect of the sweeteners, the artificial sweeteners, had literally a very, very bad impact on my health, on my gut, on my brain, on my, like, literally power. Because when you always snack and you're not able to control this snacking or this food that you intake, you feel so powerless, and then you start finding yourself always snacking. you would try to work on anything. First of all, I couldn't work out at all because I was constantly snacking. So I was having this high mood all the time. I didn't feel the need of doing exercise anymore. And I was always satisfied. I was always full. I was always cozy and relaxed and comfortable. So I didn't want to do anything else. I was just wanted to be in that mood. And that's such a tricky thing because through this way, you literally can reach to obesity. And I'm sure 100% this is how the people reach to not be able to move out of the bed because they are so obese. And I swear to God, all you do is eating. The fog that I had in my mind was not letting me complete my tasks, my work. Let's say if I was eating, enjoying something, enjoying some stuff, snacking, and someone would disturb me, I would get really frustrated because I was having my moment. Like every now and then, I was having my moment. And definitely Cola Zero or Pepsi Zero, whatever diet, was always there beside me. I would want to post this research that they did on people that consumed diet soda for a long time. And then definitely you can read all the medical terms and stuff like that. And then find your truth in the end. Another awakening point of taking me to read about diet soda was whenever I go to eat outside, or I would just, people randomly pass beside me on streets or on the malls, on the restaurants, wherever. I was in a food court having that was the last point. I was in the food court with my friend. So we go to Popeyes and we had this, huge sandwich with French fries and nuggets. And then beside my table, there was two huge ladies, like triple size than me, and guess what? They were having Diet Coke. I was like, oh my God, how is this possible? They're huge. They're huge and they are drinking Diet Coke. I thought Diet Coke, it's diet soda, I thought is just for the people that do diet, like slim people. And then I remembered that I used to always see really unhealthy people walking on the street, or I wouldn't say unhealthy, but like fatty people or big stomachs, or a bit chubby, with a diet soda in their hand. So I would say, like, how is this working? Like, this was my this triggered me to search about diet and to search about research. And I reached a point that's so funny, but I think people go through this. It's not only me, I'm sure about this. I reached a point where for a whole week I was trying to research about Diet Coke, but because my mind was so fogged and so unclear, that whenever I was going onto Safari or Google to search about what I was looking for, then I was like, what I was looking for? And then I would close the phone. Then the next day I said, oh my God, yesterday I was looking for something like really important. I wanted to research about something really important. But I didn't remember what it was. And then the next day I was trying again. And then like after a week, I said, oh my God, since last week, I'm trying to find a good research about diet soda, aspartame, and sucralose, and aspartame, and there's one more. I'm not sure if I'm saying good. This is why I don't want to give like any names, but aspartame, I'm sure about it. And then I said, I was not able for a whole week to remember what I wanted to research about it. And that was a big slap on my face. And I said, this is not happening to me. I have to find a solution. So the more I read, the more uncomfortable truths I uncovered. The artificial sweeteners in diet soda, it turned out weren't as harmless as I'd believe. Studies showed that they could mess with your appetite regulations. I'm reading this because I've highlighted this portion of my research, so I want to read it out loud for you. The artificial sweeteners in diet soda, it turned out, weren't as harmless as I'd believe. Studies showed that they could mess with appetite regulations, tricking the brain into expecting calories that never actually arrived, what I was telling you earlier. In response, the brain could signal for more food, demanding real calories to make up for the false promise it had tasted. I wrote, as if that weren't enough, these artificial sweeteners also had a sneaky way of increasing cravings for sugary, calorie-dense food, the very kinds I would be turning to more and more. It was a rabbit hole. Every study I read seemed to confirm what my body had been trying to tell me. I swear to God, diet soda was setting me up for failure. 100%. I was going through this. By drinking it, I was constantly priming myself for hunger, ramping up my desires for sweets and snacks that I'd never craved like this before. It was like a light switch had been flipped, connecting the dots between my eating habits and that can of diet soda I was clutching as I read. Realizing the truth hit me like a punch. I swear to God, I just said this earlier. I was writing this, because I want to remember everything. So I was saying, realizing the truth hit me like a punch. I let something so harmless lead me into this mess. So it's just apparently harmless. Because in reality, it's even more for me, I swear, just for my case I talk, when I was drinking a regular Coke, I was not having this stuff. I swear to God, I was not having these crazy cravings. But the messiness, the thing that I couldn't control and literally made my brain fogged and made me crave things that I never even thought about was only when I had the diet soda. Because I'm able to control myself so much, when I found the real problem, where I said, that's it. From now, I will never touch diet cola again, diet soda again, or diet anything again. So I did. I stopped all this stuff from the point I thought I have to stop. And I swear to God, I never thought or I never felt bad about it. I definitely replaced something fizzy that I need with natural sparkling water where I add some lemon on it. And I have some natural syrups that you put a bit in the water and then you mix it. And I make the best homemade sparkling juice or whatever at home. And it's sugar-free. It's made from fruits that we have here in our farm. And this is the best thing you can have. Of course, now I'm struggling with my losing weight again, and not really struggling, or let's say I'm struggling because you have to go through the struggle. When you fucked up, definitely you have to face the things that you did wrong and then work for it again. So now, once I discovered what was making me weaker, what was making me the person I never thought I'd be. Like literally, my mind was so sharp all the time. Like I would just take seconds to find an answer to anything I had. Or my speech was always slow, but in this moment was like super slow. I was literally talking to my parents and to my friends, I couldn't find my words to express myself. I hope this story really helps you, and I hope you have the strength to find out what makes you weak, or what takes your power, let's say. And the moment you find what takes your power and what makes you weak, you must, in the same time, cut it off, acknowledge it, and work on it. We all go through this, and for me, I'm so happy to be able to share the story with you, and I hope if it's not diet soda and it is something else that's disturbing your peace, as diet soda was disturbing mine, then I hope you find out what it is and cut it off, as I did. And now, obviously, I'm working on it. It will take time, but you guys will be updated every month. And now it's a hard work to do, but I'm so ready to do it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed and this story inspires you in any way. And see you soon.